Welcome back, everybody. Now, we know the guys are ducking behind some clothing racks to avoid letting Lucy see them. They don't want her to know that they're there trying to get her a gift the night before Christmas. Well, Lucy passes by, and they're successful. She doesn't see them. And Jerry says, "Whew!" And that just means you're relieved. It's a sound we make. Whew! Oh, she didn't see me. And he says that was a close call. A close call is when you're barely able to avoid something that's really unpleasant or maybe even dangerous. You know, one time I didn't notice the light had turned red, and I started to walk across the street, and someone grabbed me and pulled me back, and I went, "Oh, that was a close call. A car almost hit me." Well, it was a close call for the guys, but Lucy didn't see them.
You could also say that was a close one, or you could simply say, "Ooh, that was close.
Yeah.
We were almost goners there." Well, again, Jerry says, let's think of something I can get her. I need some ideas about a Christmas present for my girlfriend. And Tom makes some suggestions here. He says, well, what does she like? Does she like jewelry, or does she like makeup? Now, jewelry includes things like necklaces or earrings or maybe a watch or something.
Yeah, watches are part of jewelry.
You don't have any rings on, but
no
rings would be jewelry as well. And be careful, don't make this a countable noun. Even though you can count those things, we still use the word jewelry as a non-count noun. So you'll have to say, how much jewelry do you have at home, for example?
Or how many pieces of jewelry do you own? I have a lot of jewelry, so I have, you know, a necklace or two, some earrings. Well, girls like jewelry, right?
They sure do. So that's why Tom asked this question. Maybe she'll like some jewelry, or maybe she would prefer some makeup. Now, I'm a guy, and we usually don't wear makeup, although some guys do, of course. It's okay. But you probably know more about this. So could you tell us about makeup?
Yeah, makeup is something that women usually put on their faces. It's usually colored, and it just makes you look a little bit prettier sometimes. There's mascara that goes on your eyelashes, or lipstick that goes on your lips, or something called blush that goes on your cheeks and it makes them look a little bit pinker or rosier. Makes you look a little fresher. Well, they're thinking about different things they can get for Lucy. Well, Jerry says, no, she's not like the other girls. Oh, she's different. She likes her own thing. He says she isn't into that stuff. If you're into something, it's sort of slang for saying you like it. If you're not into it, it means you don't like it. You don't enjoy it. So she's not into that kind of stuff.
Right. You could say, I'm into bicycling, or I'm into tennis or something. That is what I'm interested in. And here again, he says that she's not into that stuff. And here's stuff again. Again, it's a non-count noun. Stuff just talks about different things, but because they're different, you can't really count them, so we say stuff. Like, how much stuff do you have in your room? A lot, okay? So you don't want to say stuffs with an S at the end. That's totally wrong. Don't say it that way.
Yeah, well, Tom wants to know what she's into then. What does she like is what he's asking. Jerry says, well, we met at the gym, so I know she likes sports. Sounds like she's athletic. So they start thinking about things she might like if she's into sports.
Right. So again, that's the stuff that she's not into. She might be interested in this other stuff, but we'll find out some more about the word stuff right now because it's our word power word for today. Let's take a closer look.
Word Power. Hi, and welcome to Word Power. Today's word is stuff. Today, Jerry says that Lucy isn't into stuff like jewelry and makeup. Stuff is a noun that means items or materials. We usually use it when we don't know what something is called or when it is not important to say the names of the objects. For example, Mark keeps a lot of stuff in his closet. Stuff can also be used for activities or ideas. For instance, I did a lot of stuff on the weekend, like playing tennis or hanging out with friends. As a verb, stuff means to fill something until it is full. For example, Joshua stuffed his suitcase with clothes before leaving on his trip. That's all the time we have for Word Power today. Thanks for listening.
Okay, so if she's into sports, Tom thinks maybe she'd like some nice sportswear. Sportswear is a word that describes clothes that you wear when you're doing some sort of athletic activity. Sportswear. And he suggests a tracksuit. A tracksuit is the clothing that you wear to go running. It includes a jacket and some warm-up pants and maybe shorts underneath. Depending on how cold it is, you might get to the track and take off your long pants and still have your shorts on, and maybe take off that jacket and still have maybe a tank top on.
A tracksuit might be a good present. We gave my grandmother one.
Yeah.
She doesn't run at all, but she just loved wearing it around the house. It was so comfortable.
Comfy.
So again, that's a suggestion here. Jerry likes that idea. He says that's not a bad idea. So let's head over to the sports store and see what they have in stock. Stores, of course, have different products in their store. Sometimes they're not in the store.
Yeah.
They might have to order that thing for you. But if they do have it in the store, then we say it's in stock. They have that item in the store.
And if they're out of that particular item, if they've sold all of that item you're looking for, we say they're out of stock. So they try to order it for you and you come back and get it then. Well, Tom goes, see? There was no need to worry, that is easy. So he thinks they have a pretty good idea of what to get for Lucy. Maybe she won't be so disappointed on Christmas after all. Okay, everybody, it's time to listen to our Chinese teacher and then we'll be back.